Hi there, it's Annie Alex. Today we will be talking about color analysis, hair, and confidence. So let's first start with what exactly do I mean by color analysis and why are we even looking at it? Color and confidence are very much intertwined because what colors you're wearing can influence your mood and can influence how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself. And color analysis, it's a tool to make sure that you use the colors, that you wear the colors that actually look best on you, that make you feel the best, and that actually highlight your good features without highlighting your not so good features. So the idea of color analysis is that you have three main colors. You have yellow, blue, and red. Red is considered a neutral color, while yellow is warm and blue is cold. Every single other color is actually created by mixing those three colors. And it can be considered as neutral or warm, cold, depending on how much of each color it has. For example, Bordeaux and navy blue, they're considered to be neutral colors that actually go well on every single person. When a color has more yellow than it has blue, that color is considered to be warm. And when a color has more blue than yellow, that color is going to be cold. What does this have to do with skin tones? Skin undertones are actually a system created by Johannes Itten, who noticed that painters create the most amazing paintings when they draw with colors that actually complement their hand colors. So he proposed the color analysis. There are going to be four types of people with four different skin undertones. And those four types, he classified them as the seasons. So winter, summer, spring, and fall. Winter and summer are cold undertones. That means that the person's skin actually has more blue than it has yellow. And spring and fall are warm colors. That means that the person's skin has more yellow, more as a hue. So now let's see what are those four types. The first one is winter, and that is when people actually have very big contrast in their faces. It's a cold undertone, which means that bright cold colors will actually suit them very well, such as magenta, or very deep purple, very deep dark blue, very deep dark green are actually going to go very well on this type of people. They are characterized, as I said, by very deep contrast. So maybe they have fair skin and very dark hair or very dark eyebrows. Maybe, as you can see, Obama and Demi Moore, they have a darker complexion and yet they're still winter because they have a very big contrast between their skin and their hair. The next type that we will talk about is the other cold type, the summer. In summer, they still have a cold undertone. However, they have a much more gentle energy, much more gentler vibe. So they are usually very happy, very energetic people. And for them, they look best with pastel colors, still cold pastel colors. So for example, not pastel blue, but pastel green, blue, pink even. As you can see, I've put three examples on each slide, and I have tried to encompass as much as I can the different varieties in skin tone. The summer is more characterized by its vibe than by physical characteristics. Then we will move on onto the warm undertones, and the first one is spring. So spring is actually a warm undertone. It has a fresh feeling and it looks very good with bright, warm colors, such as bright pink um, or turquoise. Yellow looks very good on them. For example, I'm a spring undertone, and actually spring, they have a wide range of colors that I can actually choose from. They can work very well with the summer and winter palette, which, by the way, I will be uploading a file with different shades that actually work well for the four different seasonal types. Again, with the spring, there are a lot of varieties with how you look. the main thing is that you look fresh and that bright colors actually suit you. If you look good in neon, you're most likely a spring. The last color type is fall, which also has a warm undertone. If they don't wear the right colors, they actually tend to look sick and a little bit too yellowy. And other sources you can find them as the olive undertone, and what they look very natural. They look very effortless, and they look the best in earthly colors, such as olive green, khaki, brown. Brown is their color, beige. They look very well in those colors, and they actually bring life to those colors. None of the other types can bring life as well into those colors as fall can. So now let's talk a little bit about hair and why hair is important for your confidence. Hair is one of the first things that people see in you after your face. And why is that? Well, because it's right next to your face. Your hairstyle has the power to either highlight your good features or hide them completely. In Module 8, we'll actually talk about hiding and behavior. So I just want to make a note right now that your hair can actually hide you from the world. You can use your hair for a barrier, and that will actually make you very insecure. Therefore, it is very important that your hairstyle is open. Preferably, you don't have bangs, or you can actually pin them back so they're long enough for you to pin them back. And your hairstyle really depends on your face shape, on the texture of your hair, because there's a notion of differences between a very curly, thick hair and a very brittle, straight hair. And different hairstyles work for those different textures. The other thing that you should consider is length, because depending on your face shape and depending on your texture, a certain length will look the best on you. For example, if you have straight hair or wavy hair like I do, uh, even though my hair straightens itself out when I blow dry it, a longer hair length is actually going to look relatively natural, much more natural than if you have a very curly hair. Because on one thing, the very long curly hair requires a lot of attention and a lot of care that not everyone has the time for. So let's see some of the face shapes. There are 10 face shapes as defined by Idealist Style. You can see it in the source that is right here. So what you can do is you can take a mirror and make the shapes with your hands so that you can try to see what type your face is. So for example, if I make, a heart, that's really not my face. If I make a triangle, that's also not my face. And I know that my face is an oval, which of course you can spend a little bit of time in front of the mirror and figure out what exactly face shape is yours. And then visit a hairdresser and discuss your hairstyle. Lastly, today I actually want to talk a little bit about makeup. I want to make a note on makeup. I personally do not wear makeup because I don't feel comfortable with having things on my face. However, makeup is a personal choice for both genders. You can use makeup to express yourself. You can use makeup to highlight your good features. Makeup is actually created to be a part of the expressive personality, of your expressive personality. So please use makeup as it has been intended to. Use it to express yourself. If you want to, there is no pressure for anyone to wear makeup because makeup is a personal choice. If you do decide to wear makeup, then make sure that it's a color that actually complements you. Because sometimes you might make yourself look a little bit scary just because you have chosen the wrong colors. Well, of course, if you're choosing the wrong colors, go for Halloween, make yourself a costume, it would look amazing. And lastly, I wanted to leave you with two exercises. The first one is Explore Your Wardrobe Part 1, because Part 1 is actually checking if the colors you have suit you, if the colors you have make you feel good. And the second exercise is let's talk about hair. So determine your facial shape. Maybe Google around hairstyles that go well with your facial shape. And keep in mind your texture and the length that you would be comfortable with. I would recommend you going to a stylist and actually discussing the hairstyles with them, and also taking a reflective stance and seeing whether you like your current hairstyle or not really. In the next video, we'll be talking about the 6 styles, and I'm very excited to see you there.